Are you thinking of any one of these particular pieces did you have in mind?
These are going to be within this mood, you know.
Okay.
It's going to be romantic, it's going to be passionate, it's going to be virtuoso, fiery.
I think from cocktails, I want to wind our way over to discover this wonderful little room we're going to create. I think we need some bright color there. That's amazing. Yes, you are, actually. Yeah. That is incredible. I mean, I can see us being in a room that's full of amazing color.
We're developing this very exciting new concept because we want to present classical recital in a slightly different way, different light, so to speak. You know, there is a famous Russian composer by the name of Alexander Scriabin, and he believed that each note represents a certain color, and he developed this color scheme.
Oh, I love that image, actually.
That is very fascinating.
And so something can either be very dark or can be very pastel or very rich and deep.
Depending on the mood of the music, depending on the feel.
I have to say, when I sit and listen to you play, there's an image that I can conjure up immediately, and they go from shades of light to shades of dark to shades of passion. Keeping in one color scheme for me is always, always important. I think a lot of people would say, oh, it's so boring, but in fact, the power will come from one color element that we'll introduce, which will be our tablecloth, and maybe some floral that we put on the table. The color I've chosen for today is orange, and white is always its accent, or it's a counterbalance. What I think is the unlocking secret key here is that, in fact, what we accomplish in the end is that it does look complicated, but it's actually very simple. I always feel that keeping to one flower element is very, very key. I found these beautiful summer dahlias that I want to use, and so if you think of looking at a garden and you see various shades of color and flowers, when you see them growing in a garden, they have a personality, but when you put them all together in one flower arrangement, you lose the beauty of each one of them. So I personally love to get down to one flower and keeping the simplicity of one color. Scale is not just about it being a design element, but it needs to be a logistical comfort element as well. Women will say they like a table to be very cozy, and I find that men will say they like a table to be very comfortable. So the marriage of those two is very, very important. Tonight we're 12 people for dinner. This is a 72-inch round table, which is the perfect size table to give a cozy feeling and also a comfortable feeling for 12. When you're thinking of where your guests are seated for the evening, the person that you want to have the most beautiful view should be the guest of honor. Though we have many beautiful views here this evening, truly it's from this seat looking out into the pond, and so I've placed Lola in that seat to have that most beautiful view. When you stick to one color, one flower, scale that is manageable, it actually all fits together and looks very complicated, but it's actually very simple.